Hey, Don and Denise, I'm on the teacups, one of my favorites. Hopefully I don't get too dizzy. But the rides, the food, the livestock, the games, all part of what draws people to the fair. But you can't beat that awesome weather that we've been having, especially today and all this week. And it's not about rain or shine for some people, though. It's all about tradition. This road has flooded significantly more since I first got out to Perry County this morning. I'm a little nervous. Some cars are coming down the road right now, and they're either going to splash water on me or they're going to get stuck because it's so high on this road. And just minutes ago, the City Council voted to pass the ordinance that will ban all solicitors from city streets throughout Little Rock and major intersections. As the sun goes down, unfortunately, temps get colder and we're expecting a little bit of a refreeze. The highway department, though, already has a plan in place to make sure that these slushy, wet roads that we're enjoying right now to drive in remain that way. Now the city is looking ahead on ways to prevent flooding. They're offering 200 free sandbags. 2 confirmed fatalities as well as 2 critically injured from a severe storm that wiped through this area around 11:30 last night. I'm joined with a neighbor as well as a first responder, Jim Ewert. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Describe to me what happened last night. The incident allegedly happened in this field house right behind me here on the Lakeside High School campus. Now, the school administration just released a statement to us a short while ago. The biggest thing we got out of today was what both sides are going to argue in their opening statements. The defense, like you said, the most shocking reveal. It's a story we haven't heard before. Here's what they're arguing. They're saying that Lowry, Lewis, and Carter met on a dating website. Denise and Craig, a long wait for this decision, and still we don't really know why it was made. Special Prosecutor Scott Ellington very vague about why this charge took so long and why it was negligent homicide. These protesters have been out here since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. They weren't allowed inside the fairgrounds, so they made camp on the outskirts, lining themselves along Roosevelt up to the fairground entrance so that every Trump supporter can see them as they go inside. Now, Sanders did come in as the underdog in today's race here in Arkansas, with Hillary being the former First Lady of the state. And after talking to supporters, they still have momentum moving forward. And they said, just because Clinton did win here in Arkansas, you're not going to stop seeing Bernie Sanders' footprint here in the natural state. I'm going to go through them at random and show you exactly what speed these citations were written for. 65. The state park recommends while they're on campus, they can send a video of themselves and send it directly to UCA. Much of the state is prepping for flooding, and unfortunately there's so much rain right now that the automatic cleanup system that North Little Rock had is being put on hold, and the city has to stick with manual. Crews hit the streets of North Little Rock.
Trying to keep our drains clean so the stormwater can disappear like it's supposed to.
The city street cleanup department went gutter to gutter.
Make sure that your leaves stay in your yard and not in the drain in the gutters.
Mayor Joe Smith says while the rain is still light, push any leaves on the street into your yard.
We get a hard rain and it'll pick the leaves up and carry it right where it shouldn't go.
North Little Rock is unique in its program to pick up leaves before they clog gutters and drains. That's the city's leaf vacuum pickup. Neighbors push their leaves to the edge of their yard and the city swoops them up. I spoke with several Park Hill neighbors off camera who preps their yards like this while it was still dry. But now that the leaves are this wet, the city says that neighbors shouldn't expect the leaves to be vacuumed up until they dry off in a few days.
Once they get into the system, they want to clog up the system. So it's just not, it's counterproductive to work when it's really wet.
To clean up gutters before more rain, the city moves around employees to add staff to storm priority.
We'll realign some of our employees that are normally mow grass today, and they would be moved over to the leaf program.
Meanwhile, the city cleans manually. An at-home surveillance system captured 13-year-old Shelby Garrett gliding around on her friend's hoverboard she brought over to play with, gliding the battery out of juice.
The hoverboard was actually placed right here on the floor, and it was plugged in that outlet charging at the time.
Charging for an hour and a half until it exploded.
I mean, there was flames coming off of that hoverboard this high.
Russell Garrett broke down the door to get to the 2 girls.
My daughter's door was actually locked, and I could hear them in here screaming.
Even though it's something their daughter Shelby does every day, while she was panicking, she couldn't figure out how to unlock her door. She was pushing when she should have pulled. So her next plan to escape was to jump out her bedroom window, more than a 6-foot drop.
All the bedding was on fire, and there was, the fire had doubled by the time I got to the garage and back.
Dozens of hoverboards have exploded across the country in recent months. Hoverboards run on lithium-ion batteries, which are highly flammable. The fire starts when the batteries overheat or short circuit while charging.
Had this happened 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when we were asleep, we wouldn't have been able to react the way we did, if at all.
Parts of the bed, bedding, and clothing caught on fire, but nothing burned down.
Overall, it's just a lot of smoke damage. This entire house was engulfed with smoke.
Like the fun captured before the fire, the survival and relief captured after.
I think they're over the whole hoverboard experience, yeah.
In Greenbrier,
Yeah, I think they're hoverboarded out.
Marielle Mohs, THV 11 News.